see this losing a little bit of its punch as it moves
They're
through
talking about
Wisconsin.
there's a lot of tornadoes and rain in the Midwest. Is this an old episode? Because I've never heard of tornadoes acting up in the wintertime where there's snow.
Across the country right now, it is nuts. You expect to see plenty of this cold air. That's cold air indicated by the purple and blue shading showing up here across a lot of the interior west and the northern plains as well. That's all the cold. There's the low pressure center right in there. But then look at what's going on with temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico. It's really warm. It's well into the 80s there, and that warmth came right up into the system. And so that spin is really feeding off of that contrast in temperature. And as mentioned earlier, it's an incredibly powerful storm, just a little dynamo that's wound up, has been racing across the plains, producing widespread winds, both in thunderstorms and outside of thunderstorms. And we've got ongoing severe warnings right now. Let's take a look at the latest on these warnings. One of those in effect for areas near Wausau. Take a look at the instability too. That's important because where you see that yellow coloring there, that's where we've got low-level warm and humid air, which really is warm and humid all the way up here in Wisconsin and Minnesota, which is just nuts for this time of the year. But we do finally lose that on the north end. So while we still have some lightning here and what we call some elevated storms, they're probably not going to be as strong as they will down in here in central Wisconsin, where we have a little more lingering instability. Same story there into northern parts of Illinois as well. So taking a look at the warning that has just come out, that is for Wausau, Marathon, Portage, and Wood counties under warning until 11 p.m. Tornado possible tag, as we've seen.
I've never heard of tornadoes in the wintertime.
The atmosphere. Adams and Juneau counties under warning as well. This is just about into Wausau, as well as into that Route 39 corridor. And so we're going to be looking at a damaging wind threat primarily. But when you look at the velocity data here, right in there, there's a little bit of spin, maybe right in there as well. You know, all along here, there is shear. And so the question is just whether or not it tightens up enough to warrant a tornado warning. And so that is why there's that tornado possible tag on these warnings. Also to the south, Iowa, Lafayette, and Sauk counties under warning until 10:45. Thin line coming into Sterling in Illinois, Carroll, Henry, and Whiteside counties under warning until 10:45. And then to the south of that, yet another warning here for damaging wind and tornado possible tag. McDonough, Mercer, and Warren counties involved here in northwestern parts of Illinois. But, you know, certainly, Molly, you expect to be talking about, you know, snow.
Sometimes I think these weather channels just do code talking, and I don't think a lot of it really is legitimate actual weather. Because I've never heard of tornadoes in the wintertime.
Highway Patrol getting this video from a dash cam. This was the big fear today, those high-profile vehicles on these interstates and some of these highways. The wind just topples them so easily. And you add in this, the historic winds that we saw today, and we saw some big problems. It was also a scary scene in Ogden, Iowa. This is what we usually see in May, maybe over into June, the summertime, but not 2 weeks before Christmas. You'd see lightning flashing every few seconds, just very electric storms rolling through Iowa this evening.
So what's really going on
in this neighborhood? And we want to take a minute for you to watch with us a tornado that hit earlier in Atlantic, Iowa, earlier tonight. Just take a look at this terrifying scene.
We got power flashes.
I've never heard of tornadoes in the wintertime. This is crazy.
Tornado passing just to our east now, and we are
That's crazy.
North of Atlantic, Iowa.
If you've watched a lot of tornado videos,